Hello to anyone who watches this game. I'm Matt. I'm running this game of D&D 5e. I have two people here uh, because that's just who was available at this time slot. I'm going to go left to right. So, James, you can introduce your character.
I'm James. I'm playing Nala, the Bloodborne Ogulkanu. I am a barbarian level 2, and I'm Goliath. This is where I go into a little detail. Basically, I've been part of the guild for a little bit and just trying to find more work.
And Will?
Yeah, my name is Will. I'll be playing a new character tonight, Machiavelli. He is a rogue who is a native of Illumina and has been around, has grown up on the streets for a while. He's been in Illumina for a while, but I should not say he's a native. He is not a native of Illumina. He is actually from a far distant country and he just happened to immigrate legally to Illumina when he was a child with his family.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Illumina is such a welcoming place, they don't need DACA.
Right?
Yeah. So, uh, uh, James, can you put your character info stuff in the chat just so I can reference? I'm able
I'm
to
actually on
reference.
my
You're on.
phone,
Oh, okay.
so give me a second.
I can grab it from the Facebook page.
All right, that works. I'll go post it on there real quick. You just want my character sheet, right?
Uh, uh, on the Facebook page, you can see Will's post. That's usually it's the basic information everyone asks for.
Okay.
It's a there's uh, basically it's a template that everyone just kind of follows. Just so.
All right, give me 1 second.
Mainly, I just couldn't remember your character's name. Uh, so, that's kind of why I like it in the chat, just so I don't have to go switching screens. But yeah, I added it. Okay, so Nala, you have been in Illuma for a few days. Uh, you haven't really gone on anything major. Uh, you have you're kind of coasting off your last adventure, so you don't really have you. Normally, those adventures kind of offer things enough, and guild provides, so you don't really have to be constantly working. Uh, so, uh, in a new city, what do you think the first thing your character would try and find out about the city?
Me personally,
Well, what would your
being a
character?
Goliath, I'm going to
Oh,
try and. Sorry, can you come again?
I was just saying your what would be the first thing your character tried to figure out?
Are you asking for a trait or trying to figure out like what I'm trying to do for a job?
What? No, like what point of interest would your character want to know about? Like, uh, is there a brothel? Is there a good tavern? Is there a really good place to buy meat? You know what your barbarian character would be most interested in knowing about the city. Is there a certain kind of business here that you want to know about, or is there a certain association that you want to know about, or what kind of thing?
I know I would try and figure out like creature location, so to speak, like what creatures are local to the area and where like the danger areas are.
Okay. Well, uh, yeah, there is a city building that kind of for city defense they kind of keep track of that, but they don't really hand out. Um, they they have there is a bounty list basically creatures that have been known to appear and some that are just creatures that they just um, if they are seen around they want taken care of and they have money allotted to for each one that you kill and show that you kill you get a certain amount of money.
That would be something I'd be interested in, yes.
Yeah.
And I'd probably also more than likely looking to bring back food to my tribe, so I'd probably figure out where I could get ample supply of food,
Yeah. Well, yeah,
like raw meats.
yeah, there are butchers around like that. Uh, there's some that are they butcher for the individual, and there's a couple that butcher for taverns because um there's about 5 taverns in Illumina, all in different parts of the city. They're kind of spread out, and they
Okay.
all kind of cater to different kinds of people. Like there's a tavern across the street from the guild, um, but I think that's more of happenstance than anything. Um, but there are a bunch of different taverns all over the place, and they all have kitchens, so that there are butchers that uh, do um, mass mass sales. You know, like
Yeah, that's what I'd be interested in because I'd be looking to buy tons, literal tons of food at one point in time.
yeah. If I can actually give you, if I can just, I'm always terrible at trying to find this section of a book that I actually. Okay, here we go. Equipment, weapons. What's that? I don't really. Oh, here we are. Trade goods. Uh, so it is 2 copper for 1 chicken. A gold for a goat. 3 gold for a pig, and 10 gold for a cow. Whether those are alive or dead, I have no idea. That's just what the book says for trade goods.
Is it gonna matter really if you're gonna eat it?
Uh, uh, uh,
Well, the reason I wanted to know prices is because I am a Goliath, so I'm typically, 20,000 feet in the air, so I'm not used to eating lowlander food, so it's more like a delicacy to us.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, getting food into a mountain is a lot easier when it can walk itself there.
That is true.
So, yeah, and I'm pretty sure if you're buying an ox, I'm pretty sure you're not eating that. I'm pretty sure that's a field ox. Of course, if you like ox, it's 15 gold. You can get a sheep for two gold pieces as well. So that's generally what the book says on trade goods. If you're doing bulk orders, I'm pretty sure you can negotiate a group price that kind of gives you like a discount, a little bit of discount. But yeah, those are generally the prices for whole animals.
Gotcha. It's gonna be a while till I need it, but it'd be information that I'd want to find first.
Yeah. Well, if you have a player's handbook, it's right by where they list the tools.
Okay, so we're actually using book. Gotcha. I wasn't sure how these ran.
Nah, everything. It's because it's already standardized. You kind of just unless it's something unique, we kind of take something similar and figure out how much it would cost from there. But generally,
Gotcha.
we go off by book price if it's actually listed.
Sounds
we
good.
kind of switch between the player's handbook, the DMG, and Xanathars.
So I take it HP pots and all that are pretty common and the same price as in book.
Pardon me?
I take it like health potions and all that are gonna be the same price and easily found. Like basic health potions would be easy to find.
Oh yeah, basic health potions.
Oh, the market is friggin' flooded with those.
Well, because clerics clerics can't really cast cure wounds at the moment, so a lot of potions coming in, but also a lot of potions going out because that's what the mercenary guilds are buying. So the market's actually playing pretty stable because they aren't. There's a high supply, but also a high demand, so it's they're kind of keeping each other balanced at the moment. So there isn't going to be a price spike like previous.
So why can't the clerics cast that spell?
Because
Witchcraft. Chaos magic.
evil god has returned, or I'm not sure returned or come through for the first time. There is a lot of evil in the world at the moment. That is because that demigod thing was all about magic and chaos and kind of chaotic magic. There are spikes of areas that whenever you cast a spell, there's a chance something crazy will happen. Miscellaneous. If you ask around, that tells one of the legacy people in the guild was seen having a third eye. One went on an adventure and came back with a third female arm, even though that guy was male. Crazy things happening.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, cats were laying around with dogs, and it's a mass hysteria.
Yeah. There was talk about a rabbit that sounded like a frog but smells like a cat as well. That was blue.
Yeah, that was kind of trippy, but it got away, did it not?
No one asked if they could pick it up.
Yeah, it got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it got away.
Still there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unless it came out of the tomb with you guys, it might still be around somewhere. Or if it stayed in the tomb, it's probably dead. But yeah, you guys didn't take it up and pick it up as a pet. You just kind of left it.
Huh. Well, that's different. It's going to be a little crazy too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was a little too weird for Brina, so she didn't want to take it home. Yeah. So yeah. So you've heard things like that, but you don't really understand magic to begin with, so this is just kind of going past you. Unless there are unless there are Goliath casters where you live.
Not where I'm from. We're barbarians and druids, so there's not a whole lot for us. Nature.
Are you from north of the city or west of the city? Which mountains are you from?
Where he comes from, it's cornbread and chicken.
You're from the south?
No, I'm from the north.
Okay. Yeah. Because you have druids, which means they cast spells. North, if you're from the mountains to the north, then that area does not have that chaos magic. If you were from the mountains to the east, then you would have you'd known about it because every time the Goliath druids cast a spell, they would
It would be complete.
it would be crazy results would happen.
All right, that.
So yeah, so your clan does not know anything about that chaos magic today, or in an area that is unaffected.
All right, tracking.
Yeah.
And I'd be also interested in finding out about this random idol that I've acquired from the last mission.
Did you sell it?
No, I still have it. I don't know. I'd probably try and figure out what it is. At least.
So you're taking it to a jeweler to have them inspect it?
Yes.
Okay. You take it to a jeweler. They said it's a golden statue made of solid gold. It's based on its weight. I'd say it's worth, and the inlay jewels. I'd say it's worth about 1,000 gold. I would probably buy it for 1,000 gold.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I have no need for it anyway.
Yeah, so you got 1,000 gold from that. On top of
Hollywood would.
And yeah. 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 That was from the Jubei game where the Indiana Jones things, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, you got 1,000 gold now.
All right, and I guess the final thing that I'd be looking for is work. Basically, trying to find something of brute force nature that needs help with.
Yeah, there's notices in the guild. They have a notice board, so if there are need of people to go kill things or handle things or help transport things, they usually put notices up there for people to sign up. It is frowned upon to see other mercenaries guilds, so try and get them on to it. If you permanently have signed up with one guild, it's frowned upon to freelance. So
okay, so basically, stick with a guild, stay with that guild. Got it.
Unless you're working directly for the city or city-state, they're considered neutral. So working for it, you're not, since you're not working with another private organization, you're working for the city itself. It's considered neutral. So you can either find work with the UAG, or if the city itself is putting up a notice for help, then you can go for that as well.
And how do I access this guild notice board?
It should be. I got a map of the guild hall. I can point it out. I just have to open it because I didn't realize I needed it.
My bad.
Here we are, guild hall first floor. The guild hall has 2 floors. Upstairs is all the beds and Pinkett's office, and there's a library up there as well. So you see the pointer, the hand. This is the board. This is the general area where all the members kind of hang out. That's the front door. The Silver Chalice is across the street. There's a fire here. There's a small bar here that just sort of is there to kind of hand out drinks periodically. But there's a tavern, and they try and say, they'll give minor refreshments to people that need it that may not necessarily have the funds to go out.
Gotcha.
Water and some low-level ale. Like, it's not the best stuff, but it's sort of. They're trying to push people to go. If you want to drink, we don't mind giving you some liquid to socialize with, but if you're drinking, go across to the silver chalice. This is the armory. That's the stairs go upstairs. That's the business entrance. For people that want to see Pincus for business deals and that. This is definitely the reception area, and they get sent upstairs. And down here is the clinic. This is just that's a mop closet. And there's an upstairs, but I don't think you need to see the upstairs. It's just a lot of beds and Pincus's office in the library. That's pretty much all it is.
Right.
It's where this wall is, and that's basically the size of upstairs. This part's 1 floor. This part up here is 2 floors, because this
Gotcha.
was a part of the main building. This was an addition. So, yeah.
Okay.
So generally, if you are looking for work, you just kind of have to hang out around the UAG. Usually something happens. Machiavelli, you pretty much joined yesterday. Since you kind of grew up in the city, you already know your way around. You're just, I take it, you have just turned of age.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, because you have just turned of age, you're officially allowed to join the guild. But I'm pretty sure you're aware of you have been aware of the guild for a long while and of the other mercenary guilds in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the UAG is the best AG.
Mm-hmm. And why would you say that?
Because the reason that the Machiavelli would think that the UAG is the best adventuring guild is all of the over the past couple of years, the different events and whatnot that have happened that have pitted other guilds against the UAG in friendly, quote unquote, friendly competitions. The UAG has always come out on top. The UAG has gone, members of the UAG have gone to Domia and whatnot and have come back with stories, tells, and, basically they're heroes of the Domian gladiatorial rings, those kinds of things. So he's heard stories for well over a year now about how the UAG is, and their members specifically have basically been kicking ass and taking names. And he's like, yep, I want to be a part of that.
Well, it has been just over the last, you have heard an increase of tales of the UAG, but they have always been somewhat notable at being a little different than other mercenaries. Like the couple other mercenary guilds that reside in Illuma have gone out to other cities and have gone outside and done that, but the most of the grand stories have come from the UAG. Like, there have been stories of other guilds, but it's sort of like, they sort of end of how you would have expected kind of thing. Like, they're more like standard, nothing, like great about them. It's just they go do their work, they get the work done, and it's just it's sort of normal day work. Nothing amazing really happens with their story.
Yeah, and then you've got the fact that both archmages of the Mages Guild both belong to the UAG.
Yeah.
Or the UAG belongs to, well, no, they both are part of the UAG as well as being part of the Mages Guild.
Yeah.
So that's, that's pretty awesome too.
Yeah. Since technically the Mages Guild is supposed to be an independent organization, which
And they are, because Adrin and Jebediah don't take any crap from anybody.
yeah.
They're like, you want to? Okay, well, we can work something out, type thing.
Yeah.
They ain't nobody's lackeys.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm basically trying to pad this out because I don't expect the actual encounter to be all that long. So I'm just adding a little bit of flavor to the beginning, just to try and add something different. Because eventually a notice comes up. It's a small notice. Well, not. It's notice looks like all other notices. It's just what's on there is just kind of like, eh. None of the other Avengers could pay it really any of mind. Like, it's just it's another call from Red Gill again. The the lumber people are having problems again. They don't really want to go. It's just like eventually they're getting tired of hearing from them. And like, can't they solve their own problems for once, kind of thing? Like,
right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just because it literally is. Need help. A bunch of uh, a bunch of giant snakes have bitten and are bitten, killed some of our a couple of our workers, and we need help making our workspace safe.
Sounds about right. They've had this problem before.
Yeah, they had some problems. The other problems were caused from an outside source. This is like
More
they're
natural.
they're going because it's just a bunch of snakes. Just smack them hard and they'll go away. It was like the other ones were like people trying to force them out. This is just wildlife, deal with it kind of thing. Like, and they're so so, and the pay is not very much.
Well, some pay is better than no pay. So Machiavelli's got to make some money. He's got bills to pay, so to speak.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I got nothing better to do. I need to kill something.
Okay. So, you inform them that separately or together, you're both going to take on the job, and they say, "All right, since you're going down the Red Gill, we can." The ship was coming in tomorrow to grab some supplies for the Rose and Dragon, so we can set it up so you can hop on there when they make their return trip with the supplies. Just so you don't have to take a couple days riding to get there. It'll just be half a day.
Word. Works for me.
So it's a little bit after noon. You have basically a day to prepare for going down to Red Gill. Are you going to neither? Okay. Lala, you have never been to Red Gill, so you wouldn't know any of the places. Like you, this is the first time you heard of the name Rose and Dragon. So you heard supplies, and so you have no idea what kind of business it is. You just know it's associated with
it's work.
Yeah. Machiavelli, have you ever traveled to Redgill? It's you knew. I'm just going to go over the history of Redgill just for James here.
Sure.
Redgill was a small fishing, like small. I mean, it was small, like plain houses. Plain houses. It was just it was just a small fishing village. Then, like in game time, about 3.5 years ago, uh, the Kuatoa attacked. Well, first they sort of just taking people into the water. They raided, taking people over and over again until there was basically no men left in the village. Well, there were men, but there were very few men left, and they weren't. So they called the UAG to come down and to try and save their what's left of their village. They come down. Uh, they go on. They set it up and they go underwater, like down to the surface in the Demon Sea. Which where do they go to? It's basically they dropped a mile down below surface, because it gets that deep. And then they swam out, went into an area where um, there was a air pocket, and uh, uh, they killed the leader of the Kuatoa, which was now the way I describe it and the way that creature actually was are two different things. He was a half human, half illithid, and I don't mean biologically. He was Two-Face all the way down, half human, half illithid. He was literally one side human, one side illithid, and that was their leader. And the group
It's a little bit scary.
killed him. Anwen actually got a good shot of. Anwen had just first got his stunning strike and got a couple of them off on that thing, so he couldn't really cast spells. So yeah, took care of that. Someone had took his form, failed on his deception check. We literally got chased out of the Kuatoa town by a mob of the entire town. I wasn't in any danger because it was that situation. No, I don't have to be faster. I don't have to outrun the bear. I have to outrun you. So I was a monk. So it was. I wasn't.
Fast.
Yeah, I wasn't scared of not surviving that encounter. So yeah, just sort of went up there, and I was kind of the one that everyone after all of them, we basically left the only human survivor of that village in there and collapsed the hole to the cave. But at the other end of the town, there were tunnels to the Underdark. So that's kind of how, yeah, we went back to Illumina. They came back with a vengeance and wiped out the entire village except for one little girl.
Shit.
And one guy on a fishing boat, which is the fishing boat that they used to resupply for the Rose and Dragon. So there was an option for people to buy land. Fletch bought a land and built a tavern. And that village has been. It's had because of they basically now they could build a big port there, so boats don't have to go all the way into Illumina and all the way back out to the Demon Sea. They can just drop their load off in Redgill and then move on. So it was a big money maker for Illumina businesses. That entire small fishing village got wiped out by Kuatoa. So it's been and it's been growing ever since. So has Machiavelli ever made in the last 5 years made his way down to
No,
you,
he's
Red Gill.
heard about Red Gill, but he's never been there.
Yeah. So that is the history of Red Gill. Yeah. 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 That when I say that that shipping vessel that was left because the kid was that and kid and father were out to sea. Yeah.
Mhm.
In one of the last combat, Arrow claimed that boat as property of Red Gill because it was a part of of the fight. Uh, yeah, the the boy of the father that owned the boat was not too happy about that, but uh, he sort of instead of having a boat to just sort of sailing the boat for the guild now. So eventually, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a plot point somewhere in Ty's game, but because uh, Ty was the one that created Red Gill and all those things that happened. So yeah, that is yeah. So enough about that. So let's move on to are you well you just got 1,000 gold. Do you want to buy potions or that?
I've already got 5 potions with me. I'm good.
Okay. Uh, well, you have enough money to buy up to an uncommon item, magical item.
And I actually don't have my player's handbook tonight. I gotta find out that real quick.
Magical items are in the Ninja Master Guide. It's sort of if you could buy a magical item, what kind of magical item would you want to buy? And I'll tell you if
Basically,
you
I'd look for a shield of some sort and probably a betterment of the axe if there is one.
could. Pardon me?
I don't want to get rid of the axe. I just want it better.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. You kind of your voice kind of vibrated on me, and I didn't understand what you said. I just heard.
Basically, I'd
What
be
came after that?
looking for a shield of some sort that, like, it's a buckler almost. It attaches to my arms,
Oh,
and then
you can, yeah, like, yeah, like you can buy an actual buckler that gives you a +1 to your AC, and you can have that. You can have that. You can buy a +1 shield as an uncommon magic item, and basically saying you want a +1 buckler, which give you a plus. It'll basically give you 2 AC for it being a +1. Which
and then being my class, I can attach it without actually getting rid of the great axe because of the sheer size of the Goliath or something along those lines.
no, it'd be a normal buckler because you're basically shotting into your arm. That's why it's a +1 instead of a +2, because you're not holding it; it's just strapped to your arm. So,
And that doesn't negate the unarmored defense still?
uh,
Not for a barbarian. Barbarians can use their unarmored defense with a shield.
yeah,
So the buckler would still be fine then. All right.
yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna check. I know it wouldn't have any issue with your rage because barbarians can rage while using a shield. I just don't know about the unarmored.
Yeah, I'm just curious about that unarmored defense bonus.
Oh no, you can use a shield. You just can't wear armor. So yeah, you can use a buckler attached to your arm. If you want to buy a
Yeah.
+1 buckler, I have to. You'd have to roll an investigation roll to see if you find it, but you can definitely get a buckler, so you can bump your AC by 1 by wearing that.
All right. Investigate. Ouch. All right. That is 17.
Yeah, it's an uncommon match item. It wasn't like an extremely high roll. You just
Well,
had
I
to
got a -1.
Oh, so yeah. You can definitely find one, and I just need to roll find out how much it'll cost you. Okay, it'll cost you
And
300 gold for a +1 buckler.
Well,
Because
that's not too bad at all.
Yeah, you had to be
1160, and that's plus 2 days or plus one.
plus 2 because it's the buckler is 1, and then the magic is 1, so you get 2.
All right, so that'd be plus 2 to AC, which makes that a 16. And then I would actually probably end up buying another one of those potions for the Great Axe.
What kind of potion was that? Like, potion or poison?
What was that?
I don't know what potion you use on your war axe.
I didn't use any. I was just curious on the if I could buy the same magical item that I did for the buckler for the Great Axe.
Oh, no, because that is a unique item that has never been made in Illumina. You're not going to find one of those.
Gotcha.
You would have to have it magically enchanted, which.
And I take it I have to investigate to figure out where that would be too.
Oh no, there's a bunch of people in the guild that does crafting, and on the Discord, you can see Magic Item Guild, Magic Item Creation Guild. But currently they are not doing anything because they'll only craft non-magical stuff because whenever they try and craft magical stuff, weird things happen.
It goes haywire. Gotcha.
Well, no, it's just some of those stuff like growing a third eye and a bunch of different stuff to weird stuff that sometimes goes away, sometimes permanent, and sometimes you blow up. So it's sort of, well, we don't want to blow up, so we're not going to try that because it takes weeks of constantly using magic to craft
that
items.
Sounds good.
Yeah. If you really want a magic item, because you basically bought a backstock buckler that they had before the thing happened. So that's why you could find that. But if you want a new item, you either have to go someplace that isn't affected because there are only certain cities, but it's basically in the area where Illumina is. Basically, all those cities around there are affected, so you would have to travel pretty far to go to find some place that you could get a magic item that or have a commission a place. So, but there are places you can go. It's just basically you'll be using your downtime saying, "I'm traveling to a place to go get a magic item created," which means while you're doing downtime, you can't use that character because he is technically doing something else.
Gotcha. So that's how.
But that's more something to discuss on the Discord. I'm
Sounds like a plan.
Because then it gets kind of complicated from there. So yeah, you found a place that had a buckler left over. You bought it, and now, so yeah, and you did all the normal things you would have done at night and go to bed and get up, and basically the ship comes in. They left. They left a little bit before dawn so they could get because it's a to go one way is 12 hours on the so they left at like 3 a.m. to get here. So it's about but because they said they were told that you guys were heading back for a job. Normally they just stay and head back the other day because it would basically they're doing a full 24-hour ship ride because it only takes about an hour to load on all the stuff. So you go there, they get the ship loaded, and you basically head back down. And it takes 12 hours, so you get there in about the middle of the night. Since you both haven't really been to Red Guild, they sort of they gave you a small map. It's not like a detailed map, but it's basically this is for the Rosen Dragon. You can stay there for the night because it will be the middle of the night by the time you get there. and so you can stay there, and then and they put on the map where you're supposed to go to meet with the guy that sent the work. So you can go and
Works for me.
Yeah, go to sleep, get up, go see him.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yep.
Simple plan is best plan.
So, like I said, it's a tavern. So if you guys want to drink in that, you for guild members, the the room's free. The drink is not. So you always have a place to sleep, but if you want to drink, you have to pay full price like everyone else.
Nah, Machiavelli's not really a drinker.
And I'm just here for a job. No need to drink.
Okay. You guys are sticking in the mud, so you guys can go to bed early and get up early.
Hmm.
I'm a Goliath. You are all lowlanders. You're below me.
Be careful. Attitude like that will get you hurt.
I'm a Goliath for cocky.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to build into the character.
Yeah. So you guys go to bed. You get up in the morning. Are you guys getting some food there at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure,
Yeah, gonna have to. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start digging into rations, and that's not really cool, especially considering we're not out in the whatever yet. Out in the boonies.
Yep. Get some breakfast, head out.
Okay. Yeah. So you head out and you meet up with the foreman of the people that are doing the the foreman of words are failing me tonight. So you know what I'm talking about. You meet up with the guy in charge. He explains the situation that some snakes have gotten pretty hostile. They finished off in the area. Like they only cut so much in one area because they're trying to let it the area grow back, just so they don't. They're not trying to clear the forest. They're just trying to take trees that are good for making stuff out of them. So they moved to a different area, but like they tried to fend off the snakes, like get them to go away, but it only made them ever more aggressive. And they've bitten a few guys, and by the uh, they got but more guys got bitten than they had antitoxin for. So um, yeah. So a couple of them died before they were able to get them back to town to get them treated, just because they were a few days away from town because of
So
how far the Rock Forest is actually away from Redgill. So
Oh, that could be an issue.
yeah, where can we get the antitoxin?
there are herbalisms shops in that's separate. But antitoxin is we try a lot of things happen and we try not to we don't really have the money to stockpile a lot of stuff, and antitoxin is pretty expensive. It costs 50 gold a bottle, and each bottle is meant for one use. Like you have to use a whole bottle for the antioxidant to work. But he shows you the kind of bottles, and they're not that big. Those bottles only hold like you think they only hold about 2-3 ounces of liquid.
Okay, well, Machiavelli doesn't have that kind of money, so he's just gonna have to risk it.
Does the rich barbarian want to go buy some antitoxins so they don't die from poison?
Yeah, and since I know this well, basically I know that you're going to be fighting with me, so I'm going to be helping you out too, because I know that I need you to carry as much weight as I do, so I want level playing fields. I'll buy a total of, they're 50 gold a pop, so 6.
Yeah.
And I'll give 3 to him.
Okay.
Cool, thanks, man. I'll be sure to pour one of these down your throat if you get bit and unconscious. Let's just let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
And buy some healing potions there, and since you know that guy is new, you were there when he was initiated. It doesn't look like he came into the guild with having healing potions.
So he's bare. All right. How much are healing potions here?
They're 50 gold. It's unilateral pricing. Unless you're buying it from a merchant that's trying to screw you over, it's going to be 50 gold.
All right. So we'll go ahead and get 3 of those then and hand them over to him as well.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll. Machiavelli will keep them, stuff them in his bag. Thank you, appreciate it. I'll make sure these get back to you if they're not used.
Just make sure you kill a lot of them with me. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Can do.
Well, you do have a bell pouch, so you can just put them in there and have them on your quick access.
Yeah, he'll do that.
If you have to go into your bag to pull out a potion,
it'll take an extra action, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you just have them on your belt pouch, that's why I say it's a free action, because you're just going into your belt and popping it. Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's about a day's travel to the camp. That it's sort of a camp they set up for when because they just sort of go into the forest, bring out a bunch of trees, load up a couple of carts, and then bring it all back to work on it. Because it's not that big of a company that they can have a group in the forest and a group there back working on it. They don't have enough to have 2 crews. It's sort of, they go full force on one thing and then they go full force on another thing, and they switch back and forth.
Okay.
So they have, since they don't really want to go back into the forest with a bunch of poisonous snakes running around, and they already have a bunch of lumber that they will work on, they can still finish those off while you guys are dealing with the issue.
Well, the question is, are they giant poisonous snakes, or are they just normal poisonous snakes? Would any of the people that have survived the bites or whatever, or been attacked, be able to tell us that?
Yes, just give me a second to pull up that page. The size that they said that attacked them, they looked about 4 feet long. Maybe they have no idea. They did not look like normal snakes that they'd find in someone's barn.
Okay, so they've got to be giant. They're bigger, so they've obviously got to be more, these are giant poisonous snakes.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
Machiavelli's just gonna kind of.
You two roll me a nature roll.
Sure. 21.
Nala? I was just giving him a chance to figure out if he knew it on his own. Your high was more than high enough to know any information. Yeah. Asking around a couple different guys, the size, color, what they look like. It actually is, the name is giant poisonous snake.
Uh-oh. That might be a problem. So, Machiavelli's going to look at Nala and go, these are giant poisonous snakes, so they're going to be a little bit bigger than at least I was thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of those guys back in Illinois thought they were over-exaggerating. The things that they were encountering are an actual threat. A small threat, but still a threat nonetheless.
So yeah, we'll just have to be a teeny tiny bit careful.
And they said there were several of them, so it's not you're not just fighting off one of them. You're going to be
right,
because they're asking you to kind of make them, if they have a den, you're basically trying to make them abandon their den.
So we need to burn them out, or we need to make sure that
you kill all of them.
Yeah.
It's a no survivor kind of situation. Whether that's
termination of extreme prejudice
yet to be seen.
Okay. All right, there's that. In Machiavelli's pack, he's got torches and oil, so they might be able to just burn them out.
Yeah.
May be able to.
So, it's still morning, so you can. They tell you where they show you. They have a map of the forest, and they point out, okay, if you go down the road, our camp's here, and they show you on the map where the camp is in comparison to the forest. And you see their map, it has a bunch of writing on, like, a bunch of dates and circled areas. It's basically, they circled the area and they dated when they started and when they finished that area and which area they moved on to, and noting which days, how many trees they've taken. It's their map that they use to keep track of where they've been and how much they've taken out of the forest, so they don't overcut. But they basically use to show you, okay, this is where we encountered them. So you have an idea where the snakes are in comparison to where the camp is.
Okay, so yeah, we've basically got we've been shown on a map where the attacks have been happening.
Yeah.
So we have a pretty good general idea as to where to go, where to start.
Yeah, but so you're shown, and then you kind of, if you have nothing left to do in Redkill, you can just go on to the camp. Like I said, it's going to take you a day's travel to get there. But it's a setup camp. They leave it around. It has everything. Like, they have permanent tents there set up, so they don't have to break it down and put it back up whenever they switch back. They can just go drop off their stuff, snap, and go to work.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's just a day walking. Nothing interesting happens. Like you're out in the country. You may see some small wild creatures that you don't see around Illumina. And it's a bit quieter out here, because there's not so much city noise. This might be a bit more familiar to Nala because you come from the wilds, so
Right.
yeah, it's nighttime by the get there, but yeah, there's structured tents. It's not like finery. It's just like they've added permanent wood to keep tents up. So if a windstorm hits, they wouldn't fall down.
I got you.
But there is a big fire pit that has a couple different attachments for like if they're rotisserie meat or they have a grill there to cook stuff on, or um, uh, a hook that they can for an iron pot, this or kettle to hang over the fire or stuff like that. Like it's set up to be a functional camp to cook, because you assume that's where they cook everything.
All right. Well, then, as soon as we get there, we'll just kind of, do what we need to do in order to.
Yeah.
Prepare for the next.
Yeah.
Go search.
Yeah. So. In the realm of Areawood, technically it's 12. It's a perfect cycle. It's 12 hours of light, 12 hours of night.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be fully rested, you need 8 hours because neither of you are full elves. You can trance for half the amount of time. But to have a fully covered watch, one of you would have to watch for 6. One of you would have to watch for 6. Neither of you would get a full rest.
But we should already be fully rested, like for ability wise, before this, correct?
Oh yeah, you haven't lost abilities. It's just you would be running off of. You wouldn't be fully rested, which means, you would be. I'm not going to say by the end of the next night you would have a level of exhaustion, but you would. If you don't get a full night's rest the night after that, then I would say you might start seeing exhaustion the next day after. Like if you only.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't know. I'm still learning that whole exhaustion table.
Well, yeah, it's basically if you go 2 days without sleeping, you're going to incur a level of exhaustion, which means the first level, all your ability checks, all your skill abilities are disadvantaged, and if you push on after that, it's exhaustion only really goes on with in this game if you're a frenzy barbarian, which every time you go out of frenzy range you incur a level of exhaustion. So if you keep doing that multiple times, you incur several levels, and by the time if you have 7 levels of exhaustion, you die.
Yeah, but don't you get a con roll against that, don't you?
Yeah, if you fail your con roll if you keep pushing a day past, while you haven't slept, you have a con roll that keeps increasing the more tired every couple hours. If you fail the con save, then you give into your exhaustion and you get another level.
Right, I got you.
A full rest only removes 1 level of exhaustion. So if you have multiple levels, it takes a couple of days of full long rests to go back to 0.
Gotcha.
All right, so we should probably take care of this as fast as possible so that we don't die from exhaustion out here by ourselves.
Like I said, to get
basically,
one of you would have to watch for 4 hours, another one you would have to take a watch for 4 hours, and then you both be sleeping for 4 hours at the same time. Or if you want to have a full night of full coverage, then both of you, one watches for 6 and the other one watches for 6, and you both have 6 hours rest. Which is by the end of the next night you're not going to have exhaustion because you did sleep for 6 hours. But I'm just saying, a couple of nights of that you're going to be really, really tired.
Yeah. So even doing that, we should probably take care and take heed as fast as possible to do what needs to be done.
Yeah, but you don't think this will take
Get it
more
done.
than a day. I'm just telling you, if you kind of discover something that you want to stay out here for a longer time, there is going to be a penalty in the future.
Right. So in other words, somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Who's going to take first? Who's going to take second?
I'll take first
Machiavelli.
watch.
All right.
Sure.
So Machiavelli will take second watch, no problem.
So, no, you need to roll a perception check.
9, but my passive is 11.
Yes. You get distracted by the sounds of the forest because you're used to
Dead quiet.
wildlife. Yeah, so but in the 6 hours nothing really happens. And you switch off with Machiavelli.
All right. Awesome. I got a 13.
Yeah, you're paying attention, you're looking out for danger, but this is really the first time you've been this far deep into the wilds, and you're just a little on edge, but nothing happens.
I was certain I would have been like, dude, wait, what? Hey, what's that? Stab, stab.
Like you hear big things in the far background, but that's like hundreds of feet away, like 500-600 feet away. You can hear things.
All right.
It's mostly small things you can hear within 100 feet of the camp.
All right, that's cool. Because, getting stabbed in the throat in the middle of the night as you're trying to keep watch is not cool.
Yeah. All the bands in the area know there's nothing valuable in this camp at any point in time. It's not worth hitting.
So yeah, Machiavelli just kind of passed the time watching things, and then
yeah, you see the sun come up.
Wake up Nala. Say, hey, dude, I think we should straight up get this on, get it over with, get this area cleared out, and get back to civilization.
All right, let's just get this done.
Word.
Yeah, so, you guys, I'm assuming you're using your rations as breakfast.
Yeah.
So you guys eat, drink, and all that, stay hydrated, and you, I want you to roll a survival check, both of you.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Perception, right?
Survival.
Oh, survival. My bad. 16.
Okay. You both, you get your points, and you pretty much know the way you're supposed to go. Like, because of, they're bringing out heavy logs and that and all that. There are trails, but even those can be a little. If you don't know the proper way to go, you can get lost even on trails. But you get to the area where you're supposed to go. It's about 5 hours in. because they're working their way deeper and deeper because they've already done the outer area, so they have to go deeper because the outer area hasn't gotten to a point where they can go back to it yet.
Right.
So, um, so you're there. You're now. You can either roll me an investigation or a perception or survival. I'd take any of those. You just have to tell me which one of those you're using.
With
Perception
survival.
would. Go ahead. Sorry.
Person, I mean survival, and I got an 18.
Okay.
Machiavelli would use perception, and he got a 12.
Okay. So
The dice do not seem to be with me tonight.
yeah. So you're just looking around. You're just trying to make sure, there are giant snakes in the area that can kill you. You're just looking around to try, just to try and spot them before they spot you, kind of thing. You're kind of frantically looking a little. You're since you're using survival, you're more. Since I was using survival, you're more looking at the um, the plant life and the way things are, and you're actually tracking because you can see you got to the area where you saw where the cutting stopped, so you assume this is where they were attacked. Um, so you're just kind of looking around to see where the snakes have gone. So you sort of go through the forest. You're able to pick up um, snake trails and follow them back. Uh, and both of you roll perception.
That's a 24.
Okay. Okay. What did Donald get? James?
12, sorry.
Okay. So, you were kind of focused. No, 12. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot how much I actually rolled. Yeah. You both noticed this. You can hear the hissing and the slithering as three snakes come. Three big snakes. Like, you've both seen snakes before and all that. These are way bigger than any of the snakes you've ever encountered. And everyone roll initiative because I rolled stuff for them and they rolled crap.
Okay, that's going to be a 16.
And I got a 14.
Okay. 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 So, Noah, you got a 14?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So, the snakes beat you.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they rolled a 22.
Yikes. Them some fast snakes.
Yeah, they are.
So, um, two of them are going to attack Nala. One of them is going to attack Machiavellia. So, I rolled the first one, bit you, because I got an 18. They're they are they move to about 10 feet away from you and just sort of, snapped at you. And the first one bit you for no, these are supposed to be challenge 1/4. That is 13 points of damage, and you have to make a con save.
All right.
Oh, sorry, wrong die. I was looking at that was the poison die, not the bite die. Yeah, you only took 7 points of piercing. I rolled the poison die. So yeah, you didn't take that much damage. You only took 7, not 14. My mistake.
All right, that's a lot. I was about to say, holy shit, we're about to get killed right now.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, man.
No. But you do need to roll the con save because there's still a poison damage.
It's 20 plus my Constitution modifier.
Oh yeah, it's a simple DC. So you take half poison damage. So you take 4 points of poison damage.
Suck.
Yeah. So you took 11 points in total.
11 points in total.
Yeah. And the other one attacked you for a modified 20. Roll another con save.
Yeah, that's gonna hit it. It's only a 16 AC.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. What was your con?
Constitution was a total of 17.
Oh yeah, you struck off that poison. So you took 6 points of piercing and 6 points of poison.
I'm going to use Stone Endurance to try and negate some of that. It's a racial trait.
Yeah.
And I knock off 8 plus 4 is 12.
Oh, so you negate all that damage.
Okay. That's still at a scary life total if I'm doing that much.
Yeah, and that was on a successful poison save. And the one's going to attack Machiavelli. For 15.
That will not hit. AC is 16.
Yeah. So you managed to dodge out of the way. That one's about 10 feet from you as well. They got reach. And now it's Machiavellia.
All right. How far away are they?
There's one 10 feet from you, and on the other side of you, there are 2 of them at 10 feet away from Nala.
Okay, so is moving going to incur an attack of opportunity?
No, since one's on one side of you, it's the 2 of you, and the 2 on the other. Neither one of them are. If Noah tries to move, since he has 2 on him, then yeah, he'd incur an attack of opportunity. You, since you only have 1, if you move away from it, yes, but you can move towards it and it does nothing because you're just moving because you're not moving out of its attack range.
Okay, but is it considered melee range for me because that matters for
No, for it. It
okay.
has a head. It
It
has a
has
head,
reach, right?
it has
Is
reach.
basically it has
So
reach.
if you move away from it and you're 10 feet, that's not considered melee for you, but it's considered melee for it. So if you move away at 10 feet, it's attack. But if you move closer to get up to it, you're
Well,
still
see, the reason I'm asking is because Machiavelli has a light crossbow in his hand. So I'm just wondering if it incurs that disadvantage or not.
no, because that goes on how close you are to it, not
Okay.
how far it is close to you.
All right. So Machiavelli is going to shoot the one that is on him with his
Because you are
light
not
crossbow.
considered in melee. Attack of opportunity only works on the person on melee of the person that's going to take the attack.
Okay. So yeah, he'll use his light crossbow, and that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits. They're snakes. They're not that hard to hit.
All right.
Oh,
Well, as long as they're not on planes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
All right. So home slice is going to take a total of 16 points of damage.
it's dead.
Yay! And
wait,
now I can move backwards, right?
You don't have a sneak attack because
I don't.
You don't have an ally within 5 feet, and you are not a swashbuckler.
I thought it was range too.
No, but you
Did I
have to
misread
have
that?
and to get sneak attack, they basically have to be distracted. You have to have an ally within 5 feet of the target. Since you don't have an ally close enough to get sneak attack, and you don't have advantage. So only swashbucklers can do it when they're 1-on-1.
Oh, my bad. I misread it. I misread the where it said the attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon. I thought ranged weapon made it. So that was 12 points of damage.
Still kill
I
it.
rolled a 7.
You still kill it. They don't have a lot of hit points.
Woo!
I'm just
So-
saying you have to have an ally within 5 feet of the target.
So I'll be able to use my sneak attack next round for
No,
the other.
because Nala's not within 5 feet of one of the snakes.
Oh crap! That's right.
Moves closer.
Okay. That would be main attack, and there's really no bonus actions that I can do yet. So that's it.
Yeah.
Reload crossbow and have at it.
Yep. So Nala, it's your turn. If you want to hit them, you have to move closer. But if you move closer, they won't get an opportunity attack on you because they don't have that. That only works for lancers because they have a certain feat that allows them to do that. So you can.
So if I move towards them, I don't get attacked, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because they aren't set up like that. You can freely move closer to them. They don't mind you getting closer.
No.
You're closer to. You're just closer to them to bite.
Now, is drinking a potion considered an action or a bonus action?
We house rule it in the book. It's an action, but we house rule it to a free action. Like you can drink one potion for free without any cost. If you drink 2, it's a bonus action, and so on. So
Okay.
the more potions you drink, the more actions you have to use.
So if I wanted to, I could place my turn as move closer, swing, drink potion, like that, right?
Yeah, and you might want to throw a rage in there before you attack, but yeah.
Yeah, you're probably. Yeah.
Bonus.
So,
Yeah, just want to make sure because I rage, then move, then swing.
yeah.
So that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
And so the rage that only adds when I do that. So fuck. Total of 6 to hit. It was almost in that one.
So you rolled a 2. What's
Yep.
your strength?
19 plus 4.
Then that would have been an 8 to hit because you get a +6 on your 2.
How do I get the +6?
You get a +2 proficiency bonus to attack, plus your 4 for
Your strength.
the strength, and then
I got
the
it.
2 to attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then in total. Gotcha.
Yeah. You still missed, but you rolled higher than you thought you did.
All right, and then I'll drink a potion, which is
2d4 plus 2.
2d4. So I heal for a total of 5. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck in the middle of them because I can't move back out without drawing a
Stuck in
attack.
the middle with you.
So it's back to the top of the round, and those snakes. Yeah. First one rolled a 22, and I'm just gonna roll both of them at once, so I can just do all damage at once. That would roll to 23.
Yikes!
Holy shit! These snakes can fucking hit me, man.
Yeah, but you have half damage on the piercing.
If only we had a Samuel L. Jackson.
So, so you take 2 points of damage from the piercing, and what was your con save?
Do you want me to roll another one?
If you
'Cause
rolled,
it was a 14.
oh yeah, yeah. You took 2 points of damage from the piercing and 3 points of damage from the poison, and the second attack did 3 points from the piercing, and the second con save was
12, 13.
You took 3 points of damage from the poison.
So 6 in total.
Yeah. 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 You're getting really good rolls because I rolled 6 points of damage and 7 points of damage on the poison, and the average damage number is 10 because it's a 3d6. So you guys are getting really lucky on poison. Yeah. So now it's Machiavelli. You saw him get angry, swing and miss, and drink a potion. He's within 5 feet of those snakes, so if you come around on one side, you can kind of flank. You don't get advantage, but you get your sneak attack.
All right, so that's what Mac's gonna do. So that'll be he's gonna shoot with his crossbow. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And six threes, 9, and another 4, so 13 total.
You kill it.
Yay! I can't give Bardic inspiration, but I'll give Rogue's inspiration. You can do it! Kill it! And then that's his turn. Reload crossbow, and that's his turn.
Yeah. You feel better about yourself, but you don't get any mechanical advantage.
Quick question. What does it mean by roll with advantage? So I roll an extra what?
Oh, when someone has advantage, it means they roll the d20 twice and take the higher. Disadvantage is the opposite.
Tracking.
But he basically, he was just basically
trying to give you a pep talk.
Yeah, pep talk.
I mean, it doesn't really do anything.
I have reckless attack.
Oh yeah, reckless attack. Yeah, you roll your attack roll twice. You have to announce you're using reckless attack before you attack, because
Yeah, you get
can't-
advantage on me when I.
Well, no, it's because you can't just roll bad and say, "Oh, I'm going to use reckless attack." You gotta say it beforehand.
Yeah,
So
I figured.
yeah. So yeah. It's your turn anyway. Is that what you?
Yep, and that's what I'll do. Yep, I was asking for that specific reason. I'm gonna reckless attack it and see if we hit it.
Yeah.
Well, it's low, but it'll work. So 9 plus 6, 15.
You hit
to
it.
hit.
Somebody gonna get the hurt real bad.
8 plus 4 plus 2, 8. 10, 14.
Yeah, you kill it.
Told you.
Can we roll for perception to see if there's any more in the area?
Yes, you can.
Alrighty. Ooh, 25.
15.
You. Let's see. Yeah, you hear something.
Mm,
It's
I'm gonna pop another health real quick.
yeah. You hear something around you.
around us?
Yeah.
All right. Mac's gonna like take a look at the tree line. Like
Roll
up.
me. You got really good on your. Roll me a nature.
Sure. That was only a 12.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's back to the top of the round because he got bottom initiative. But I'm going to he appears this round, but he doesn't act until next. A giant snake head pops out from between the trees and the brush that was covering him. And his head is about the size of your torso.
Whose torso?
Okay.
Mine or his?
Machiavelli's.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Upon seeing that, you know that is not a poisonous snake. It is a constrictor snake.
Oh, the nose. How far away is it?
I'd say it's about 10 feet away from you.
Okay. Is it within striking range?
Yeah, it has 10-foot reach.
Crap. Okay. Mac's gonna shoot it with his crossbow, and he's gonna point it out to Nala. It's like, snake.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Here we
It
go.
is a giant constrictor snake, which are classified as a huge beast.
Ooh. Ooh. I like this.
Yeah, me too. That's the whole.
I got an
Wait,
at
wait,
20.
Okay, you don't get sneak attack, but you
I
get.
know. But at least I get 2d8.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 3. And, ooh, that's 11. And plus 4. So 15 total points of damage.
Yeah, you shot it and it looks hurt.
It's like, okay. That's a problem.
Yeah. And you got your. And that Noah, you got your potion because you got your free action from your turn.
Okay.
Yeah. And I take your bonus action reloading and
That's
have you
it.
taken damage?
What now?
Has Machiavelli taken damage?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. So it's Nell's turn. You saw the giant snake head pop out of the brush.
So I'm gonna do what I did with the other snakes. I'm gonna go and recklessly attack it.
At least this time, it doesn't have any.
Well, that was a natural 20.
Ooh.
Ah, yeah. Get some.
Yeah. You roll 2d12, but your strength and rage does not double. It's straight.
So it's plus the 4 plus the 2. Got it.
Yeah. So it's 2d12.
So 10, 15 plus 6, 21.
Okay. Blade or hammer side?
That would have been bladed side.
Yeah. So you
Sorry.
bring that down, and you land a really deep cut. And now it's turn.
There we go.
Okay, let's see. Since you're within 5 feet of it, it's going to. Ooh. It got a 12 on its constricting roll. It missed. You did not get wrapped up by it. And that's its
Cool.
turn, because it can only do one action.
Yeah, I know, right? We dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah.
We have to kill this thing like now.
Okay.
It's back to the top
That
of the round.
is a total of. What is that?
Believe it or not,
36 damage we've done.
Pardon me?
16?
Yeah, 16 will hit. This snake is easier to hit than the 3 other ones you were just fighting.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a dude in front of him, so.
Sneak attack, viable.
So that's going to be. Ooh, almost min. So that's a total of 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And because it's 5 feet from him, if I move back 5 or 10 feet, is it going to cause an attack of opportunity?
Yes, because you're still in its attack range.
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
That's a reload crossbow and get ready for the next.
Mind you, it can't constrict you, but it can still attack you.
True. I mean, it's going to be able to bite me either way, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So no, it's your turn. It took it took another bolt to the head.
Boot to the head.
I'm going to try to lob its head off, swinging with the bladed side again with a reckless attack. For an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, get some.
11, 4, 15, 17 damage.
How do you want to do it?
I want to lob its head off. Like,
You're going to go straight Conan on it?
hell yeah, I do. I'm a barbarian.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So you're just in a rage. You just one fluid motion. You just clear the head right off the body. It's dead.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. I was thinking this is a challenge rating 2, and then it just bought 3 1/2 challenge snakes, but that fight didn't go for that long. I'll just throw in the giant constrictor. 2 crits.
Well, I was down 5 health at one point.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe I'll not take it into full damage. I'll just see how the first round goes. Throw it in at 60 health, 2 criticals, and 1 missed attack later. It's dead.
Well, I do have to say the pucker factor was very high on that one, especially when the snakes go first. Barbarian's not raging, and it's like hit, poison, hit, poison. Ah,
fuck.
So there was some serious vacuum action going on there between my butt and this seat.
Yeah.
Well, literally, that first round, I lost 20 points of health before I could pop a health potion.
Right, and that's I was like, okay, if he goes down, how am I going to be able to take care of this at first level?
Yeah.
Run away!
Yeah.
So yeah, you fought off. So yeah, you got three giant poisonous snake bodies. They're 4 to 5 feet long snake bodies. This constrictor, it's huge size, so that puts that at around. The length of it is about, I say, 16 to 17 feet long,
Wow.
and about a diameter of about 2 feet.
Daggum. Would it be possible to try and skin these things?
Perfect. You can definitely try. It's a survival roll. I wouldn't do it in the forest.
Yeah, drag them out real quick and then do
Yeah.
it later.
Well, you have a Goliath that is perfectly strong enough to carry that constrictor out of here.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
yeah,
can
if we
carry
carry it out, Machiavelli will try to skin it or
Yeah.
skin them. I guess
I'm
would be the best thing.
Really good at skin. Yeah, I'm really good at that. Survival's a really good feature of mine.
Okay.
Cool.
So, the constrictor will be one roll in of itself, but I'm going to combine the 3 poisonous snakes as one survival roll.
So I threw a 17. Unless you want to, roll.
If you both have survival as a proficient skill, you can decide which one will roll, and the other one can give them advantage.
Yeah, I don't have the survival skill. I just have a raw bonus. That's what I was saying. If you've got the skill, then
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
you'd
got the legit
probably want to
skill.
throw it.
Yeah.
And I just rolled a natural 20 on it.
Well, there you go.
You want
Yeah,
you want that?
I
to
want
be
that snake.
The constrictor,
The big
or
one.
okay. So
Yeah, the one that I'm worried about is the big one.
Yeah. So, since you kind of cleanly cleave the head off of it, you have an area where you can get at the skin perfectly because it's a giant snake. You have the room to get in between the flesh and the muscle.
And I've got the raw power to do it too.
Yeah. So you can just, it's sort of a combination of loosening the skin and pulling, loosening the skin and pulling. It
Right.
takes a while
Mhm.
because, 16 feet.
It's 6.
It's a huge size creature, so it's a big creature. But, it's still a snake, so long it can wrap up a large size creature. So, yeah. It takes you several hours, but you managed to do it. You have a
Well, I'm
tube
working on the
of
big
giant
one.
constrictor snake skin.
Nice.
Did you want to
You wanna-
roll to try and get the other ones while I'm doing the big one?
Or we can just wait.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you
I
guys.
mean, because you're actually skilled with it, so it'd probably
and you
be
guys
better
found
if
the
you
snakes
roll.
pretty quickly. You left at the morning. You guys got there around noon. You came back. It's not even dusk yet. It's getting there, but it's not even dusk. So by the time you finish, sun's going down, but you still got like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half of light left. So
theoretically, we could probably get back, right?
no, it's a full day's travel back.
Okay.
Can we eat this?
Yeah, you can eat this.
Let's go ahead and butcher it and dry some for rations or whatever. That would be awesome.
Yeah, let's eat the snake.
Yeah.
It's fucking as well.
I'm not sure how much pound of meat you have, but it's 2 feet diameter. Take out the space you need and 16 feet long. Take out the space you need for organs, and that's how much meat you have.
fuck ton of meat.
That's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
That's a fuck ton
You guys
of
will
meat.
be eating snake meat for a while if you don't find a way to get rid of it.
That's
I mean,
fine
we
by
can
me.
always
I'm a
donate
Goliath.
it or whatever, but yeah, the dry rations, man, for sure.
Yep.
Roll me a nature. Nature or
Okay.
medicine?
Okay, I do has the
I'll be
nature.
doing medicine.
You have medicine?
Medicine for. Yeah.
I don't have medicine. I have nature. You wanna? What's your bonus on that?
It's
I don't care either way.
you're trying to you're basically trying to gut the snake of its internal organs. It's either one of those can do it.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, that was a 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take yours.
Yeah. So, well, Nala was skinning the 3 poisonous snakes, which he has to be more careful about because of the poisonous
Right.
part of poisonous snakes. You the skin's off, and you can take a dagger or a knife or whatever you have. You cut it and start sectioning off the meat and getting around all the internal organs. You're able to do it without contaminating anything by cutting into an organ that
Sweet.
you don't really want to puncture.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin the meat.
Yeah.
Because there's
No.
So yeah.
I'm not sure what the literal weight of a fuck ton is, but it's got to be a lot.
Oh yeah. If you guys ate this meat for every meal of the day, it will last you for, I'd say, about 4 weeks.
Wow.
That's a
Maybe
lot
we
of
can. Yeah, maybe we can sell some.
Yeah. Mind you, the meat is only going to be good fresh for about, at most, 3 to 4 days. So you'll have to get right on
Smoke
it.
it. Yeah, preserve it, smoke it, dry it, whichever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that once we get back to Illumina or whatever.
Do you guys?
Yep.
Did either of you pick up a bunch of burlap sacks or anything like that?
The only thing that Machiavelli has is his bag, and then he has another backpack. That's it.
I've got the backpack, and I think that's about it for me.
Yeah. I recently watched a video of the top 10 things you need on an adventure. One of them was burlap sacks, because you never know when you're going to run into a dragon sword that you need bags to carry. Yeah, you guys need, because this meat will take several bags to carry it out.
Are there any bags that we can borrow from the camp?
Roll me an investigation.
Sure. That's going to be a 17.
Will, you went robotic on me. I didn't hear the number.
That's a 17.
Okay. Nala, did you roll investigation?
I will for you real quick, and that is a 2.
Okay. Yeah. Can you roll me a survival for the snakes? Or did you already roll that? For the 3 poison.
Oh, the 3 poisonous for survival? 13.
You did not do as good a job on those snakes as you did on the giant one. Just give me a second. I gotta roll some dice. Yeah. Oh, roll me a con save.
Uh-oh.
I did
Shit.
not roll well on mine.
18 Constitution save.
Oh. You took 2 points of poison damage because on one of the snakes you nicked their poison snack and you got some sack and you got it on yourself.
Yikes.
The skins are they're okay. They're not. It's not anywhere like the big neat tube that you got from the constrictor. They're more. They kind of were a little too forceful on them, and they kind of tore a little. So they're
Mm-hmm.
not the best quality, but you did manage to skin them. Uh, they're uh, you think it's going to be a pretty hard sell to sell these skins to someone to make something out of. Yeah.
Is there any point to even care at that point in time then?
Oh, like you can still do stuff with them. It's set for selling them to someone for using them in commercial use. It's like if you want to try and just do something personally with them, yeah, it's still snakeskin. You can still make something with them if you have the skills. They're not the nicest looking skins. Like you were kind of rough with them and they got tears, so it's not clean material.
Okay.
But yeah,
So it would be good for
they're-
like
they're-
wrapping bow handles with or something
Yeah.
like that, but you couldn't make like boots or a belt or anything like that out of it.
there isn't enough good quality sections of it to make anything big out of. But you can definitely, if someone wants to make small things out of it, there's more than enough good material to do that.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, you did such a good job on the constrictor snake skin. Yeah, there's enough good snakeskin material there for someone to make several outfits out of. So, if you try and sell the constrictor skins, you're probably going to get a good amount of money for it in Illumina.
All right. And hey, when we do get back, do you want to sell it and split the loot?
Sure, that'll be fine.
Yeah. With that investigation, you're able to find a couple. I'm going to say, roll me a d6 and divide it by half.
Okay. 3. I rolled a 6.
Damn.
Okay. So, you found 3 bags. 3
Cool.
sacks. So, and they're big sacks, so you definitely have enough room in there to store all the meat that you're not using at the current that you're not cooking.
Okay. So
You do not currently have the stuff on you and there is not equipment here to turn them into meat rations. You'd have to do that back in town.
okay, yeah. I kind of figured. So, yeah, we'll just when we go back to town, we'll take care of that.
Finish it up and all that.
So you guys do the 6 hours on, 6 hours off watch. I'm not gonna have you roll for nothing happens, but by the time you leave in the morning, you are still feeling a bit tired from all your activities yesterday. Yeah. So you travel back. I want you both to make a con save.
Sure enough. 14.
22.
You both are fine. You're really, really, really tired, but you're able to make it back into town. It was I was aiming for a DC 10. If you rolled less than that, you would have had exhaustion. But yeah, you guys, even though you guys have slept, you guys haven't had proper sleep, so you're really looking forward to taking a full night's rest.
Right.
But you make it back into town just an hour or so before the sun goes down, so you check in with the guy. You tell him you taking care of the snakes, and they see the bags, and that, and you tell them about, yeah, you killed the poisonous ones, and then you killed the really big one.
Yeah, so we're just going to be like looking around going, man, that was rough.
Yep. I'm going to sit down at the bar and have me a drink. How much is a drink in the bar?
It depends on what you want, but you haven't gotten your reward yet for completing the snake killing.
Okay.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was now or if it was back when we got to the town.
Yeah.
To Nala or whatever it is.
The shop where it is actually on the edge of town, close to the forest, so it would have been the first place you gone to, because they're just a little ways in from the gate. They're there mostly because of how close they are. They can put their shop to the forest. So you go there. The foreman says, "We didn't know about a big snake. Like, what was it, like 6-8 feet long or something like that?"
Oh, no. So, Machiavelli's going to turn to Nella. Show him the skin, dude.
So you have it folded up in your bag, so you just take it out and you start unfolding it and unfolding it and unfolding it and unfolding it. Yeah. So you unfold it and they see the basically it's pressed down because you folded it up. The 16-foot long snake. What did you guys? I never mentioned. What did you guys do with the head of the snake?
Oh, if he doesn't have it, I have it. Because that thing was
definitely bringing that out.
Yeah. That snake head, it basically took up half the space in your backpack.
God damn.
Right?
Huge-sized creature means huge head. Plus, on snakes, you don't really know where the neck and where the head and where the body starts and ends. So
that's true.
Yeah.
You may have taken off a bit of the body along with the head. You may not know until you actually look at the skeletal structure. But yeah, so you might want that dealt with as well. Otherwise, it's going to start decaying on you as well. If you're going to have it preserved or anything, or take it to a taxidermy or anything like that.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. That'd be something that you'd want as I would think you would want as like a trophy or something.
Yeah. So you show them the snakeskin, and it with the move around all your stuff, it takes just as much time to unfurl the snakeskin as you to. They see the snakeskin, and you pull the head out, and they're like, they kind of take a step back, like, whoa. That was around there as well. We had no idea.
And yeah, Machiavelli's just going to kind of look at him and go, "Yeah, we did you a real solid taking care of this one too."
Yeah.
He's gonna try to up the little bit. This here in Liz, man, it darn near took him out. and that's like 22 for persuasion.
You get advantage because of you holding the
okay.
giant snake head.
In that case, it'll be a 24.
Okay, it works on him. Originally, the to because they knew there were some snakes there, they said for every snake you found, they'll give you I think it was like 50 gold. Which the snakes were poisonous, so they thought, yeah, 50 gold a snake would get people interested. Apparently they were wrong. So instead of just giving you 150 gold, he's going to give you 500 gold total.
Nice.
So
I'll give you my half if I keep this head.
What?
I'll give you my half, so you'll get the full 500 if I keep the snake head.
Sure, dude.
So
Machiavelli's got.
yeah, Machiavellia obtains 500 gold, and Nala obtains a giant constrictor snake head, as well as its tube of skin.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much you'll get for. I'm sure you'll get a lot of money for the skin, but Machiavelli's
You have
not
my
about
word.
trying to take advantage of anybody. So he's like, if you want the snake head and the snake skin, you can have it. If you wanna just give me the reward for everything, you can have both of them. And what you do with the skin and the head is all good with me.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And he will also return the antidotes and the potions of healing.
I'll
So
tell you
that
to keep healing.
you sure?
Just keep the potions. Yeah, you're fine.
All right, cool.
Welcome to the guild.
Appreciate it.
Okay. So, the Rose and Dragon has they have some cooking stuff. You ask about whether or not they have something you can use to make dried meats, and well, they said they'll let you use their equipment for a little compensation.
Do you want some of this meat? Because there's a whole bunch of it.
No, I'm sure you got paid in gold for what you did. Maybe it might be good to pass along that gold, a little bit of it.
All right, sure. How much you want for us to be able to smoke all this meat?
Considering we won't be able to use it, he's looking at the 3 bags of it that you have. Why don't you give us 100 gold?
What? Come on now. This stuff will keep for at least 4 days, which is long enough for us to get it back to the guild in Illumina. How about I give you 25 gold in order to smoke all this meat now, or we can take it back to Illumina and we don't exchange any monies. And he's going to try to persuade him to take the 25 instead of 100.
Okay, roll.
Yeah, I don't know how good that is. Oh, never mind. 19.
He looks at you, says, you might be able to convince me for 50.
Appreciate you. It's cool. It'll keep until we get back to Illumina.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the guild does not have that kind of equipment, so you would be having to pay someone to use theirs as well.
True, but there's a lot more places, which means a lot more competition. I give him the old finger guns.
Well, I'm pretty sure my offer was the most generous one you'll probably get.
It's cool. If nothing else, we can go out, smoke it ourselves out back when we get back to town. Appreciate you though. No worries.
Mm.
And he's Machiavelli's remaining friendly about it. He's like, hey, it's all good.
You only have about a day and a half to smoke that meat before it starts going rotten.
Yeah, no problem. We got this covered.
Is there a taxidermy in town?
There isn't really one in Reggio, but you can definitely find one in Illumina.
Okay.
Yeah. This is sort of the place where they hunt the kill, not really the place where they work the kill. It's not that fancy of a place yet. So, yeah, you guys take your stuff to your room. You sleep it off. You go down to the dock in the morning. They sent notice to the guy that you were ready to go back. So, you guys one of the attendants wake you guys up and said, if you want to get back, you can. They're ready now. If you want to go, it's about an hour or so before sun up. But
Okay, yeah.
you guys went to
Sure.
bed early. You guys got like 9 hours of sleep, so you're good on sleep.
All right, yeah. If they're ready to go, and Nala is ready, Mac's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go whenever you are.
All right, man, let's do it.
Yeah. So you head down to the dock, and the ship's there and ready to board and all that. And they send off. It's standard ride. It's 12 hours, so you get up to the Illumina dock, and you think getting the meat done as quickly as possible is probably your top priority.
Yeah, so we'll go find a little mom and pop type deal if possible.
Well, you'll probably be for
Where
the amount of meat you have. You want to try and find a butcher that makes their own rations.
all right, so we'll try to find that then.
Yeah. So roll.
And then we also need. Okay.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
Investigation.
Yeah.
18.
The head will last for a few more days, so you don't have to get it.
30-20.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely find a place. Roll persuasion to try and convince them to let them for them to let you use their equipment for all that.
22.
That's definitely a very good roll against a civilian who rolled 5. So, yeah. They said they're not making rations at the moment, and so they got a bunch of stock in that they gotta work on. So if for using their basically you're paying for cost for running it, so they only asked for about 20 gold.
Works for me. Hey Nala, you want to help me? You want to help me smoke all this and turn it into rations? We'll split it 50-50.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
What's the cost too?
What
So,
skill would you say is a cooking check?
A what?
A cooking check.
I would probably say that either nature or survival would
Yeah.
be a that would just be
Yeah. So roll me survival.
sure enough. Wait, actually,
Uh,
you roll it, Nala, because you've got proficiency.
Roll, roll me
Or I
survival.
can roll it too.
No, roll me survival, and if you can roll me a 13 or higher, he can have advantage.
Okay.
All right, I'll have advantage. Oh, he's got to roll that. And
Yeah,
what does me being proficient in it do again?
You get to roll twice, take the higher.
Got it.
I got a 16.
Okay, he gave you advantage.
Which means advantage.
Roll
and then if I'm
2d20, take the
profic-
highest one.
And then I'm proficient, which means what?
You get to add your proficiency modifier plus your wisdom to your roll that you're using. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so
how
what's your
much is-
wisdom?
What's your wisdom?
Wisdom is +1, proficiency is +2.
So
Alright,
you
so
get
you
to
get
add
plus 3.
to whichever die is higher.
So that'd be an 18.
Hell yeah.
The first batch
Uh-oh.
did not turn out all that well, but you got the two of you working together and starting to be in sync about it. You are actually able to smoke all of it. It took basically the entire day to do it, but you got it all done.
Go. Now, that was 2 months worth of rations?
No, it was let's see. Let's see.
No, wait. Was it 4 weeks?
I said between if it was just the two of you. So let's see. I'm just gonna work that out now. So you have 168 units of snake meat rations.
Okay, so we have 168
That
rations
makes it
total.
83 a pop.
Yep.
And where did I put the book? And its rations are all of them weigh the same, whether they're meat or vegetarian. They all
They're all 2 pounds apiece.
yes.
So that's 184 pounds of meat.
No,
Exactly.
they're 2 pounds each.
Well,
So that
I'm
is
not worried about it.
336 pounds of meat.
Right.
I'm not worried about carrying it. I can carry it easily.
Yeah.
No, that's combined. If you're
Yeah.
carrying the entire amount, that's it. If you divide it by half, then yeah, it's 368 pounds for each of you.
Right. Half of that is basically 168.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a lot of pounds. Rations
Can
go
you even-
for
Yes, but that's so. Rations aren't that expensive.
yeah, they're like what are they like 10 silver or something? No, they're not 10 silver. They're like 5 silver or something, I think.
I got the book right here. Rations.
Wait,
Yeah, they're
2
5
pounds.
silver.
5 silver. Okay, so try offloading some of these. I mean, because you offload
Well, considering
half of
it's
20.
considering it's a unique meat, I'm gonna say you'll get the full 5 silver for selling them.
Cool. So yeah, we'll do. I mean, at least Machiavelli will be like, okay, I can't eat 88 days worth of snake meat, dude.
So each of you have 84 units each.
Right.
So, so if you each sell off since you split it down the middle, each half that you own, since you're getting it for 5 silver each, it comes out to 420 silver. So
Yeah, which is 42 gold if you sold all of it.
Yeah.
How long will the ration? How long do rations last?
couple months. They're
Yeah.
dried rations. They're meant to keep on long journeys. Mind you, they don't last forever, and eventually they go moldy. But they're meant to last a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk away with all of it. I'm just gonna take it all back and call it a day.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can add 84 servings of snake meat rations to your inventory.
Okay.
All right. So Machiavelli is going to sell all but 10 of them, 10 days worth of rations.
Okay.
So that'll be like 39 gold and 4 silver. So he'll keep 10 days worth of rations, and then he'll sell the rest of it because that's way too much for him to be carrying around.
You get 37 gold for that.
Oh,
amount.
37. Sorry, my bad. So take here. Alrighty. So that'll be that.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
We still have to taxidermist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go do that.
I'm gonna say it's a little late in the day, but you can definitely do that the first thing the next morning.
Okay. Do you want me to see if I can find one?
Yeah.
'Cause I do have proficiency with investigation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, 17. So that's going to be a 24.
Yeah, you can definitely find one in a good part of town.
One of the reasons I love rogue expertise.
Yeah. So, yeah. You head out the next morning. You don't head out too early because you don't want to be the first one in the door.
Right.
But you go there. It's about maybe 10 in the morning. So the guy's there. You take out the head and you show it to the guy and saying you want you tell him what you want done with it. You want to just
This is all you, Nolly. You tell him what you want.
Roughly, like, what's the size of the head? Roughly, like,
dimension wise, I'm gonna say, from top of the skull to the bottom of the skull, I'm gonna say, it's about 1.25 feet, and from nose to back, it's about 2.5 feet.
I believe the technical term for that is fucking huge.
Well, I'm thinking, can I make it a shoulder piece?
Ooh. Nice.
That would depend on the width. I'd say.
With me being a Goliath, that's 8 foot tall.
Yeah, the width of it is about 1.5 feet, 1.25 feet. So, the Goliath helmet, Goliath shoulder would be. Yeah, I'd say it'd be just the right size for you to make a shoulder piece out of. But that means he'd have to remove the skin, remove the muscle,
take it down to bone.
Yeah, bring it down the bone, and then treat the bone, and then you'd have to take it to a blacksmith to get it added to a harness and that to strap it. The straps added to it. Yeah. So, that he said he knows he knows a blacksmith that has worked with bone before, and they sort of have kind of a partnership going. And he said he can work a deal with the blacksmith for you. You just have to pay for the they sort of the blacksmith sort of said, yeah, if you can work a deal in my name, he's given him permission. So for the whole work to treat the skull and then have it taken to the blacksmith to have it straps made out of, straps added and all that, it'll cost you with the it'll take about 3 days, and the cost of labor and material will put it around uh, 40 gold, because they have the special, because you're going to be wearing the battle. They got to special treat the bone so it doesn't so it takes on a hardened state. So
And then can we make those straps out of those 3 smaller snake skins? Would that work?
it's you they lightly break. You need
Sure.
snake leather isn't the kind of leather you want to use for battle armor.
Strapping.
Yeah, it's
All right.
it
So
doesn't have
40
the-
gold in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you have some snake leather, there's a there's a there's a clothes shop here that the madam she's always looking for snake skin, because, well, good quality snake skin if you have some of that, because she always it's always easy to buy stuff off of vendors, but it's they never bring in the stuff that's a good enough quality for her to actually use. So, but
Gotcha. So I'll leave him the snake head and then the 40 gold.
yeah, and he points you in the direction of the madam shop if you want to try and sell off snakeskin to her.
And what's his name? Or do I really need to remember that?
A taxidermist NPC.
Bob number 1.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't really remember my NPCs anyway, so he's not going to be a recurring character.
And then is this 3 days like actual 3 days, or is this, how does it work in the UAG?
On the Discord, there's a calendar. You keep track of that. And whenever someone runs a game, they're supposed to post how many days it took, and then whenever people use those days as when they're inactive, they can use those as downtime for downtime activities out of the player's handbook or Xanathar's guide.
Okay. All right. So after I drop all that off, I guess I'll walk down to try and see if I can part with this huge snakeskin.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So you go in there. She sees you and she welcomes you and says, "So, are you two looking for something for your lady friends or something? What can I help you with?"
And I'll look over at I forget what your name is.
It's
William.
Machiavelli. Just call me Mac.
All right, I'll look over to Mac and basically like nod you to be the one talking. I'm not very good at talking to people.
Okay, so here's the deal. We found it found us really. This huge snake. Huge. Okay. And my partner here, Nala, skinned it beautifully. Now we're just trying to figure out, where we can go to offload this beautiful snake skin. It is pristine. It's like, go ahead and show him or her. Go ahead and show
So
her.
I'll take it out of my bag and start unraveling this 16 feet of snakeskin that we have.
Yeah.
This is 16 feet of pure Alabama black snake. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
So persuasion, like, to try and it's like this thing is see he did how the cuts are and how he did, all the way around and all the imperfections, he kept everything to a minimum and it just maximizes the beauty of this snake skin. Check that out. And
basically it's from the head of the snake, which if you run a line down the middle of it and turn it into a flat thing, because right now it's still a tube that you just sort of pressed and folded.
Yeah.
She's going to have to kind of work out the folds in that, but snakeskin is somewhat durable that you can fold it and unfold it and then kind of steam it into get the creases out. But if you run a line down the middle of it and unfold it into its full flat, it basically starts off at the top at about. I'm not that good at math, and I'm assuming if it was a 2 feet diameter, the circumference of it, if you unfold that, it'll be around 4.25, 4.5 feet. So at the top, and then it just sort of it goes down like that for a while, and then it starts tapering off to the tail. So at about maybe 3/4 of the way down, it starts getting smaller until it gets to the tail.
Okay, so you said it was 2 foot in diameter?
Yeah.
Okay, so and you said it was 16 feet long. All right, so we got 3.14 times 16.
Well, mind you, because it was a snake, the back end got smaller because of the tail.
Yeah, I got that part because basically you're looking at cutting it into 3 different sections. So there's that, and then if you do the cone, that would be 1/3 of pi r squared. So plus. So you're looking at about 66. That's the volume. Now, if you're dealing with surface area, you basically cut it down the end there. If you're talking about, like square footage, you're actually looking at that's a whole lot of mo. So it's going to be 16 times 2.
So roll your persuasion to sell the.
Yeah, that's like 64 square feet of snake leather.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk it up or whatever, and it'd be like, this is awesome stuff right here. So that's an 18 with persuasion on that. Okay, so we're looking at a 24.
Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. She must have the same mindset as the other guy because I rolled a 5 again. So yeah, she is going. Yeah, you show her. This is very, very good. This is very well maintained and skinned material
and fresh. It's fresh.
Yeah, and there is a lot of it there that she can. Before it's sort of you had to, she would have to take snake skins that are of the same type and sort of combine them together at the seam. This she can
Right.
make full cuts out of, um, for at least a front and a back and all that. Um, yeah, she's going to offer you 200 gold for it. And she's not going to offer you really anything for if you try and sell her the poisonous snake skins. She'll take them, but she's not going to pay you for them.
Yeah, we'll just throw them in for the 200. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man.
So, ooh, there's that.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah,
Everything I've got.
Anyway, I want to backtrack to the. Did you? The way I was thinking is they were going to remove the jaw and just sort of have the top of the snake that should um sitting on so the mouth of the snake was kind of just on top of your shoulder blade, the joint in your shoulder where your arm.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Is that how you
Teeth
wanted
of
it,
the snake are
or did you
just
actually
like
have one, or did you actually want the bottom jaw on it?
I didn't care either way about the bottom jaw. I'm
Okay,
basically going for something kind of looked where it looks like I have like a skull of some sort strapped onto my shoulder blade.
yeah. So yeah, you'll have they'll remove the jaw because it'll just fit better on your shoulder if the bottom jaw isn't there. But you still have to do snake fangs pointing downward, and still
Yeah.
probably if you wanted something that made out of the jaw, they'll give it to you, and you'll have the bottom jaw and the two. You'll have not as big teeth, but they have two incisors on the bottom as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll get the shoulder cover that's made to whatever shoulder that you want it to be, and you'll also get the jaw back if you want to make a necklace or something out of it.
Sounds good to me.
So
Cool.
So that's the end of what I have planned today. You got 1 XP, and it took. I'm gonna say it took. Let's see. I'm gonna say it took 8 days. Just on the safe side.
8 days? All right.
Yeah. So, do you guys have anything you want to say before I close the broadcast?
Just that Mac's gonna go back to what he was doing, the UAG, and he's gonna start looking at making some friends.
Yeah.
Of which he now
go.
considers Nala one. So he's going to be like...
One thing we used to do at the end of the videos is we allowed the players to make shout-outs to people or organizations. If you guys want to do that.
Really just giving a shout-out to... all the DMs that have been doing like a bang-up job. I know it's got to get tiring putting up with the likes of me and the rowdiness, just thinking up all these different adventures and whatnot. I just want to say to all the DMs for the UAG, we appreciate what you do, because without you, it ain't fun.
Very true there. And to anybody that's, I know a few people have stopped and actually like direct message me, and we've worked some things out. As I said, I'm still really, really new into Dungeons and Dragons, and I appreciate the help.
Okay. So I'm gonna close up the broadcast here. Thanks to anyone who has watched this video. Have a good day.